We live in an amazing world, full of wonderful people, doing incredible things, and I'm going to show them to you. I'm Doug Metcalf. Welcome to Positively You.
Calories are great to kind of watch, but you really need to look at your macronutrients. And so it's macro balancing, portion sizing, whole foods that are nutrient dense, and then we also want to make it that it's very convenient and affordable for you.
Eating on the road can be difficult, especially when you don't have a kitchen to prepare your healthy meals. I try to keep some healthy snacks on hand, but you can't always rely on that. So you have to look for some healthy restaurants. This week on Positively You, we head to Clean Eatz. And welcome to Positively You at Clean Eatz. And Matt Hall is the owner of this. Do you have multiple franchises?
I have two locations for Clean Eatz. I have the location here in Springhurst at 3565 Springhurst Boulevard. Been open about 2.5 years. We opened one in J-Town. That was been a little over 3 months.
Yeah, so why did you, because this wasn't what you did before this. You were something else before that.
No, it was a long road kind of got me here. I just straight out of high school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. So I did what my parents had done and their parents had done. And I went to the factory floor, worked in a plastics factory. And I wasn't for sure really what I wanted to do, but I figured out very quickly I didn't want to do that the rest of my life. So I went to night school, got a degree, then I went into management. So I left that company after 14 years as a supply chain manager. And I worked for a Japanese company in metal stamping for 14 years. And I was the senior sales manager over sales and purchasing. And then I got recruited back to plastics to be a chief operating officer for a company for a couple of years. So I spent about 30 years in automotive as a tier supplier. About 10 years before the chief operating officer job, I had gotten into nutrition and fitness. I woke up December 8, 2009. I was smoking 2 packs a day. I was very unhealthy. I weighed 175 pounds, and that was just very underweight for me. I joined the gym that day. I'd never really been in the gym much before in my life, and I just decided I was not going to live my life that way anymore. And right now I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm a nutrition coach. So really this is my passion, and Clean Eatz fits professionally what I did, personally my passions. Yeah.
So that kind of answered a lot of questions. You kind of went through a lot of the things I was going to ask. But,
okay.
Plastics. It's funny that you came from plastics,
yes.
One of the worst things for us that's in all of our foods, now to Clean Eatz. So explain to me the philosophy of Clean Eatz.
So Clean Eatz, what we're trying to do is take whole foods that are nutrient dense, and then we portion size those. Portion sizes have gone up 130% since the 70s. We just eat entirely too much food in this country. Going out to the restaurants and I look at the portion sizes that they come out with, this is not what we were supposed to eat, right? If you look at your hand, right, there's about 4 ounces of protein right here. That's about how many carbs you should be eating. Veggies about the size of your fist. Fat's about the size of your thumb. So we just eat entirely too much. And then we macro balance it with fats, carbs, and proteins. So I could go into a little bit more of that. But, so if you look at it in the 80s and 90s, the U.S. government comes out and says fats are bad for you. Your brain is made up 60% of fat. That's a terrible idea. And then they come out, Atkins, keto, you have some of these buzzwords that come out and with these diets and, carbs are kind of the enemy, right? And now they come out and say, okay, all animal protein is inflammatory, so you really shouldn't eat, really animal protein. So we're gonna limit the amount of fats, carbs, and proteins that you actually eat in your diet. Well, if you look at all food, is made up of those 3 macronutrients. Calories are no more than just a calculation of macronutrients. If you take the fats that are in a meal and you multiply that times 9, you take the carbs times 4 and the proteins times 4, you add those up. That tells you how many calories are in that meal. So really, calories are great to kind of watch, but you really need to look at your macronutrients. And so it's macro balancing, portion sizing, whole foods that are nutrient dense, And then we also want to make it that it's very convenient and affordable for you. Those are really what we do.
Yeah, the affordable thing is the one thing that got me when I came in here, because let's face it, when we get healthy food, it's very expensive. Thank you, um, and it's more expensive than getting well, not anymore, but getting some of the cheaper processed foods in the store when you're going in the aisles and things like that. So how do you guys keep it affordable? Because that's something I was really shocked at when I came in here.
Well, we do try to buy organic things when we can, grass-fed things when they're possible and they're economical enough for us to be able to do that. But there are no real regulations in the government, government regulations on that. So, you could have some things that are right next to organic that are not organic. So, what we try to do is we try to find the healthiest foods that we can. Um, and we really are good at our purchasing, our processes, and just coming up with a great concept and working with our suppliers to make sure that our prices are kept down is what we really do.
I think that's what more people need to do, because this store, I mean, they've got a ton of food. Wait till you see. Well, you'll see it throughout this piece, but you know, what do you do for flavoring and stuff like that? With the different, do you use different spices based on nutrition and also flavor?
Yeah, so we don't have any salt, pepper, sugar, oil in our kitchen. Way we flavor things a lot is with spices, herbs. It's going to be parsleys, basils, those type of herbs. And then our sauces that we make in house. So try not to dump a bunch of sodium on there. A bunch of oil, things like that. So really, just our sauces, and spices and herbs. We have our own spice line as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's an amazing thing. I mean, I've had maybe, I think, 5 meals, I think
Yeah.
6 meals now from here in the last month, and just been incredible. Um, so how many varieties of food do you guys come up with? I know you guys have meal plans, and then
Mhm.
you also you can come in and just order for regular lunch.
Yeah, so part of our concept is our grab and go. In our location here and one in J-Town, each store has 1,300 meals in our grab and go section, over 70 different varieties. You can come in, just grab and go. Prices start at $7.19 and go up. They're individually priced, made fresh in house in our locations. They're not shipped in from any place else. And then they are frozen meals, good for 6 months in the freezer, so you're never throwing food away. Back to saving you time, saving you money, getting you a little healthier.
Yeah.
Then sorry, but you asked about our meal plans as well. So 6 new meals come out online every week. Customers order Tuesday through Sunday, pick up Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Prices as low as $6.70 a meal. Now those are sold fresh, not frozen. Keep them in the refrigerator for 7 days, put them in the freezer for 6 months, still never throwing food away.
Yeah, that's an amazing thing. And so, what about if somebody just they come by here? Can they order just regular meals right off the line?
So yeah, the other portion of what we have is that we have a cafe. So we have flatbreads, wraps, healthy burgers, protein smoothies, protein iced coffees. Build your own bowl, which is very popular. You come in, you can pick one of our complex carb bases, one of our lean proteins, your leafy green vegetables, and then one of our house-made sauces.
That's an amazing thing. So, where do you see you in this company? Are you going to get more locations?
Yeah, so we have committed to 3 locations, and of course, we already have the 2 that are open. Ideally, we would like to go to Southern Indiana. We may go to Lexington as well and put some stores there too. So we plan to grow this concept. It's something that I think is needed. We are the home of Kentucky Fried Chicken here in this area, and there's not a lot of really healthy options.
I think you need to come to Georgia.
Georgia, there are some locations in Georgia. Yeah, there's about 112 locations open for Clean Eatz right now.
That's awesome. Is there anything you want to add to let our viewers know about what you do and what you do here?
I would like to announce something.
Okay.
This location here in Louisville, out of the 112 locations, was named Franchise of the Year.
So you're Franchise of the Year. What does it mean to be Franchise of the Year?
So we are the #1 store in the entire franchise for the year, based upon revenue and profitability. Yes.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
It was in our first full year of business.
So you use your sales and marketing background to help out.
I do. I also have a partner, my girlfriend Candace. We both have extensive experience in running businesses for other people. She has a communications background, a lot of different things. I have a sales background, purchasing, operations, program management. I was a leader of leaders for a very long time. So taking to combine, we have about 60 years of experience. Just taking that, bringing it into this concept, and running a business well.
Well, I love what you do. I love the concept. I love the fact you're super positive about it, and I could see when you're on the line with your employees and that they're encouraged. You're just building them up, and I love that about you. And so, come to Clean Eatz. There's a bunch of them around the country, and here in Louisville, come see Matt. We'll hook you up. Good food. Finding a hidden gem when you're on the road like Clean Eatz is such a blessing. Make sure you look for them when you go out. Don't always take the easiest option because it's not good for you. Let's be honest. That's all for this week on Positively You. I'm Doug Metcalf. Stay positive.